All right, so all of these have to do with multiple angles. When solving for multiple angles, we know that it takes one extra step and we have to do whatever it tells us in front of the x, but we also have to do one extra little step. So that is if we have a cosine or sine problem. To our answer, we have to add 2k pi. And then if we have a tangent problem, we have to add k pi. And then the same thing applies like for the reciprocals of these. So cosecant and secant would be you add 2k pi, and cotangent you would add k pi. So let's look at our first one. We have sine 4x is equal to 1. What should we do first? So remember, the 4 is attached to the x. So our first goal is to isolate the trig function. Sine of x, or sine of 4x, is already all by itself. So once we get the trig function all by itself, we have to find what 1 is on our unit circle. And then we get 4x is equal to whatever we find on the unit circle, and then we divide by 4. So since that 4 is attached to the x, that is our angle. So we do that last. So we have to find 1 on the unit circle. Sine means we look at what? The x or y's?
The y's.
So sine tells us we look at the y values. So where do we have the y value of 1?
At
3 pi over 2. Oh, wait,
and
no, wait. Pi
over 2.
At pi over 2. Just pi over 2. So 4x is equal to pi over 2. We have to add on that plus 2k pi. Because this is a sine, we have to put plus 2k pi. And then we divide by 4. So divide the left side by 4 and the whole right side by 4. So if it helps, take this as this divided by 4 and this one divided by 4, which for me, I like to do it separately.
What's 2k pi?
That is what we have to add when we have multiple angles. So that's what I said in the beginning. Whenever we have multiple angles, so like we have a 4x, we have a 3x here, we have an x divided by 3 and an x divided by 2. So anytime we have something other than just x in our trig function, we have to add one of these at the top. So if we had a problem with sine, we have to add this. And if we have a problem with tangent, we have to add this. But this is only for problems with multiple angles. So that's why we have to add the 2k pi. So now we get x is equal to, how do we simplify pi over 2 divided by 4? What was that?
Is it pi over 8?
Yeah, it would become pi over 8. We could say this is 4 over 1, so we keep change to multiplication and flip, so 1 over 4. So this would be pi over 8. And then plus, how can we simplify 2k pi over 4?
One half.
So it would be, 1/2 would be our coefficient, so just k pi over 2. Because this simplifies to 1 and 2. So this is our answer. So anytime we have multiple angles, we just have to take that one extra step and add one of these to it. Any questions? Oh. So it's just if we have a problem with cosine or sine, we have to add this one. If we have a problem with tangent, we have to add this one. All right, ready for the next one? Okay, so again, we have a problem with multiple angles because we have that 3x there. So we need to isolate the cosine 3x. So what can we do? Add the 1 first. So we have 2 cosine 3x is equal to 1, and then divide the 2. So cosine 3x is equal to 1/2. We got that cosine all by itself, so now we need to find 1/2 on our unit circle. When dealing with cosine, do we look at x or y's?
X.
The x values. So we need to find where our x value is 1/2. Pi over 3. Where else? 5 pi over 6. So we have 3x is equal to pi over 3, and 3x is equal to 5 pi over 6. Oh yeah, you're right. It's the x value. Five pi over 3. That's what you said. So 3x is equal to 5 pi over 3. So since we have cosines here, we have to add on this plus 2k pi to both of them. So we have a plus 2k pi and a plus 2k pi. And now each of these we just have to solve for x. So how do we solve for x in the first one?
Divide by 3 again.
Divide by 3. So we get x is equal to, what's pi over 3 divided by 3? Pi over 9. So we keep the top, change to multiplication, and this would be 1 over 3. So that becomes pi over 9. Can we simplify 2k pi over 3? Nope. So this would just be plus 2k pi over 3. So this is our first answer. And we do the same thing for the second one. So divide by 3. So x is equal to, how do we simplify 5 pi over 3 divided by 3? Perfect. So we get 5 pi over 9. And we can't simplify 2k pi over 3, so it's just 2k pi over 3. All right. Next we have tangent, but x over 3 is equal to 1. What do we do here?
Multiply by 3.
Before we do that,
Or no. Never mind.
so
Don't do
we
that.
save this for last, because we can't do the inside when that tangent's still happening to it. So we have to find the tangent of 1. So in terms of x and y, what is the tangent on our unit circle? What value do we need to look at?
We need to find on the unit circle what's 1.
Y,
What equals.
so we need to find when y over x is equal to 1. So remember, tangent is y over x. So let's see, when does y over x equal 1?
Pi over 4.
Pi over 4. Anywhere else?
5 pi over 4.
5 pi over 4. Perfect. So we have x over 3 is equal to pi over 4. And x over 3 is equal to 5 pi over 4. Everybody with me so far? I'm going to take the silence as a
So
maybe.
far, so good.
Okay. So looking at our first equation, how do we solve for x? Awesome. Multiply both sides by 3. So it cancels. X is equal to 3 pi. Oh, I almost forgot a step. The whole point of this. We can't forget we have to add that k pi to it. So add k pi, add k pi. We have to do it before we multiply by 3 because that k pi gets multiplied by 3 also. So now we can multiply both sides by 3. So x is equal to 3 pi over 4 plus 3k pi. So this is our first one. Now we do the same thing for the next. Multiply everything by 3. So what do we get for x? X is equal to?
15. Oh, okay, yeah.
15 pi over 4 plus 3k pi. So these are our two answers. So let's look at the fourth one. We have 3 tangent of x over 2 plus 3. What do we do first? Subtract 3. So 3 tangent of x over 2 is equal to negative 3. What's next? Divide by 3. So tangent of x over 2 is equal to negative 1. What's next? Not yet. Before we do that, what do we do? Not yet. Because that 2 is inside the tangent there. So how do we find the tangent of x over 2 is equal to negative 1?
You have to look at the unit circle.
Look at the unit circle. So once we get the trig function all by itself, that's your cue, go to the unit circle. So when is tangent negative 1? What are we looking for tangent? Y over x. So when is y over x negative 1? 3 pi over 4? Yep. And where else? 7 pi over 4. So we get x over 2 is equal to 3 pi over 4. And x over 2 is equal to 7 pi over 4. What's the next thing I can't forget to do?
Plus k pi.
Plus k pi, plus k pi. What's next? Multiply by 2. So I get x is equal to, what's 3 pi over 4 times 2? Awesome. This would change to 6 pi over 4. We can take out a 2 from the top and the bottom, so it would be 3 pi over 2 plus 2k pi. So that's our first answer. Do the same thing for the second one. Multiply everything by 2. So x is equal to, what's 7 pi over 4 times 2?
But at this time, all members of the girls varsity soccer team may be released from class. Girls varsity soccer may be released from class. Thank
Bye,
you.
Jasmine. Good luck today. So we got 7 pi over 2 plus 2k pi.